goddamn get it on, will ya? Woo. When the blow up now, everybody's so unusual with it. Shit. But said times in his rhymes, cause his memories, we running through these.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over how to get better gas mileage from your car, and I'm going to show you the steps you need to do in order to get better gas mileage from your car or BMW, to be specific, because that's what this channel's about. So I'm going to show you how you can do that in a few simple steps, and what to check for, and how to get the better gas mileage from your car with these tips as well. So the first thing you're going to want to do, guys, is what a lot of people don't even realize when they're getting bad gas mileage, is they don't realize when they fill up with fuel or gas, this petrol cap right here is always loose and doesn't seal properly. Now if this doesn't seal properly, you cause a leak, which then means fumes are being let out, which then means you end up with bad gas mileage. This is a common problem that a lot of people end up making because this doesn't seal properly, and a lot of people are already aware of that. In the US, it's a common problem. You end up with a fuel tank evap code usually stored, or a leak valve, and you need to buy a whole new cap. And then what a lot of people end up doing is buying the Chinese one, fitting it to their car, and it doesn't work. And this doesn't just relate for BMW, this relates for a lot of cars because they always have issues. So this is actually a common problem. Do not use a Chinese part. Make sure you use a BMW genuine part, and make sure it's sealed as well. Make sure the seal's sealing. If you're still getting codes from that, the next thing you're going to want to check is your Lambda sensors. Now, your Lambda sensors will sit right here, which you can see above the exhaust system, which are running all along here. You want to be able to change them because they are used in helping the fuel and air mixture and knowing how much fuel and air to mix, and obviously also for emissions. So if they're not functioning correctly, you will get bad gas mileage. It's known for a fact. These will rob you of gas mileage. So if your gas mileage is robbing you, don't know what else it could be, make sure to change your Lambda sensors because they will be the main culprit for that. Another one that likes to eat up bad gas mileage is the MAF sensor. Now many of you guys know the MAF sensors are a common problem. They're always eating up, especially in the US. You guys go through them like nobody's business. These will rob you of bad gas mileage when they're about to fail. Now they don't instantly fail, nobody gets a light straight away, but at the same time you need to make sure these are not failing, because if they do fail, they as well regulate the air and fuel mixture. When the car goes into closed loop, these are used. So make sure and be careful to check that, because that will rob you of bad gas mileage as well. Next thing that can rob you of gas on this engine is your ignition coils and spark plugs. Make sure you change them, make sure you service them, make sure you do everything correctly. They will give you bad gas mileage as well if they're not running perfectly, and if one of them is on his way out. You don't always get a misfire code. Many people know that, especially if you're on a 6-cylinder or a V8, you won't get a fault code for an ignition coil going out straight away. So switch them over, make sure they're not faulty, and I'm going to show you another way how to check if ignition coils are on the way and how to get them to throw a code. We're going to do that in just a sec. Next one on this, make sure your air filter is clean as well. Dirty air is not good air for any engine. As you see here, I've got a K&M Performance air filter in, which is just clean and put back in. That's why I chose to have that. Air filters contribute to the air in your system and can give you bad miles per gallon and bad gas mileage. If you've got a dirty air filter, all that dirt is clogged in the air filter, the car can't breathe properly, you're starving the car of air, you have to use more fuel, and the car's getting less air. Not only can it damage your engine, that can increase your emissions, which in the long term will increase your gas mileage as well from a dirty air filter. Next thing you want to check as well, guys, is make sure you've got no smoke coming out your exhaust. Any smoke is bad smoke. There should be no smoke coming from this exhaust, only when cold from condensation. If you have smoke coming from your exhaust, it means something's not firing properly, you've got unburnt fuel, you've got a head gasket problem, or you could have an oil leak, which will contribute to your bad gas mileage as well. There should be no smoke coming out this exhaust at all. On a cold weather, on a rainy weather, yes, on first cold startup, there should be condensation, but nothing after that. If you've got smoke, you need to find the problem, because that will be robbing your bad gas mileage as well if you don't sort that. Now, another thing people tend to do on these cars, which I see a lot, and which robs them of bad miles per gallon, and this is not a good thing, this is the way you will end up bad gas mileage, is a lot of people, when they first pass their test, get in auto, they'll sit like this. They will have their foot over the brake and their foot on the accelerator at the same time, and you're watching the both of them, and this is a common way a lot of people do drive still to this day. A lot of people make this mistake holding the brake. Not only will you burn out your rear brake lights, you'll also damage your miles per gallon and also damage the engine and put extra strain on the engine, because braking causes the engine to actually stall, but in an automatic that's just not the case, but on the manual it would. But on this, is not a good thing, because this will rob you of miles per gallon, because you're holding the brake while trying to accelerate and you're not getting at the speed that you're meant to, therefore using more gas to build up even more speed because your foot's on the brake. Now this is a common problem. A lot of people end up doing this. They hold their foot here and accelerate at the same time and think the car is going to move. Do not do that. That is the worst thing you could ever do on an automatic car. So be sure to make sure you just drive it like this with one foot and drive correctly, and drive and brake with one foot instead of just putting both foot on both pedals and trying to accelerate on your car. Now the next step, if you're getting bad miles per gallon, now a lot of you would have seen that I fitted this many months ago to the E60 M52. This is a good chip that fits for all cars, and it does relate for all cars. It's not just for BMW. You can buy this chip for nearly all cars and makes and models. The best setting you can put this on is here, which is Eco Plus. Now what that will do is slow down the whole car compared to having it in normal mode, so it will give you more miles per gallon because the car can't rev as high as it usually can. This actually controls the throttle pedal, which is actually linked up to the throttle body. As you guys know, they're all electronic, so this just sends a signal to the throttle pedal to not open as much as it should on a normal mode, and this will keep your pedal from opening so much. Now as you see, you've got all the sports settings and everything like that, but for eco mode, to help you with your miles per gallon, if you're getting really bad miles per gallon, I recommend this and pull it in Eco Plus. And trust me, it works. It really does work. It's very good for London when you don't need to accelerate that much and you're starting to stop traffic, or when you're in the city. It works very well, and you'll end up seeing on your car at least another 2 miles to 3 miles per gallon with that mode set on your car. Okay guys, so another way you'll be able to get better miles per gallon as well is if you've had your car for quite a few years and you've never reset the adaptions on your car, it'd be a good time to reset the adaptions on your car as well. So the best way you can do that is go into engine electronics. Now I'm using this kind of scanner, but you can get many scanners that can do it. You just go to adjustment functions, delete adaption variants, delete engine adaption values, and as you see there, and it tells you to put ignition on, which we have, and we'll just reset all the adaptions, which it is. So what we're going to go ahead and do here, guys, is we're going to reset the adaption values and versions encoding. So we're going to click F3 because we want them both reset. We're going to click OK. Then it's going to tell us to wait. As you see there, it's doing it right there. And what that will do is reset all the adaptions to help the car relearn again, so you can get better gas mileage. So then you're going to click continue. So now that's done, you're going to go back, transmission control, adjustment. Then we're going to display and reset the adaptions on the gearbox as well. So I'm going to reset the adaptions on the gearbox. Now we're going to reset the adaptions here. We're going to reset all the adaptions on the automatic transmission, as you'll see. We'll click OK. And click OK, and there you go, the adaptions on there reset. So that's another way you can get better gas mileage. So as you see here, guys, I've now reset the adaptions and the car is idling a lot smoother than before. As you see there is no wobbly idle, there is nothing on there, and now that alone is going to give you better gas mileage on startup, where there's no wobbly idle, the car is running nice and smooth. It's going to pull, the gears are going to change on time, because when the gears are delayed and the gears ain't changing on time, that will rob your miles per gallon as well and give you bad gas mileage. The gears need to change very smoothly and efficiently on your car, and to help you with your gas mileage and get you the best miles per gallon possible. So this does help, and as you see, the idle's now settled down after resetting the adaptions. So as you'll see there, guys, I've just shown you now how you can get better gas mileage from your car and better MPG. I hope this video is going to help you, and it's shown you a lot of things that you need to check if you're getting bad gas mileage on any car. This doesn't just relate for BMW. All cars need their adaptions reset. All cars suffer with the same issues. So please do not see this as just a BMW video. It is not just a BMW video. I hope this is going to help you. Thank you very much for watching this. BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.